Good morning, beloveds. It is the 4th of July. It is America's birthday. Well, it's also the day that people get a little nuts with the fireworks. And I heard it's been very hot here and very dry here. So if you are concerned about fireworks, water your lawn. Just go and give your lawn a good soak, and then that will help to protect your lawn from your neighbor's fireworks. So I was like, that sounds like good advice. What I'm hoping for is we get I'm hoping we get one of the pop-up showers today. So, but, may take their advice and water my lawn. All right, it is July 4th. Our title is Freedom of Christ. Our author is Mary L. Kupferle from I Am Free, which is a Unity pamphlet from 1963. So, freedom of Christ. I am free with the freedom of Christ. Through Christ within me, I am free from the bondage to any person, free from any situation that seems difficult, unhappy, or unsurmountable. I am free from any condition that has been called incurable or pronounced too correct. I am free from the mirage of lack and failure. No matter how tightly human bonds and human beliefs have held me, I am no longer a prisoner. I declare in faith I am free with the freedom of Christ. I am unfettered and unbound. I am uplifted and blessed. I am free with the freedom of Christ. I need never run from a situation, avoid responsibility, or struggle to escape appearances. For my release is certain the moment I turn in consciousness to remembrance of the truth that I am a beloved child of a loving spirit. Right where I am now, my freedom exists. Right where I stand now, God stands with me. Right here and right now, my indwelling Christ is the victor and overcomer. Okay. Some days I read these and I'm like, yeah, I know I promised you a little commentary and then I don't know what to say. Outside of what she is reminding us is that we come pre-installed with the Christ software. Now, I use the software metaphor because my mother is an engineer. I grew up with computers. So, this is the hardware, and the hardware is temporary. And while we are in this particular hardware, we run software. And we run a lot of software. And there's a whole lot of kinds of software that we run, including a lot of software that we are taught. So, that has nothing to do with what we come pre-installed with. And so every single living being comes pre-installed with the Christ consciousness. And if we would access that, as she says, a whole lot of our problems would go away, because we would be running the actual software, not what we've been taught. What it's been called the race consciousness and all of that. And it's not, it's an accumulation of what we have believed as human beings over the millennia of our consciousness. But it's not necessarily the truth, because most of the time it's very limited. And so what she is reminding us is, let's go back to that original software, that original factory installed software. It's like, we don't necessarily have to reset to factory settings, but it might not be a bad idea, where we can look at the Christ consciousness. And here's the good news: when you're dealing with Christ consciousness, the password to access that is easy. It's love, period. Once you access the Christ consciousness, a whole lot of our problems literally go away, because one, we start seeing with our spiritual eyes instead of our material eyes, and a lot of the things that we worry about aren't that big of a deal to begin with. And then we also can look at it from the standpoint of what we thought were, as she says, fetters. They're not. There's actually nothing holding us back except our own opinions. We also have the advantage of guidance. In the Christ consciousness is guidance. When we open into the Christ consciousness, we open ourselves to the guidance of spirit. And so then what we might have thought was insurmountable, suddenly we see a way through because we're open to that divine guidance. And so there's a whole lot of reasons for going back to the Christ consciousness. So I get what she's saying. The freedom of Christ is once we start running that actual software, a lot of things that we thought, we found out, well, you know what? Because society, culture, all of that, as I like to say, the big three, society, culture, and religion, they have a way of telling us that we're less than we are, by virtue of whatever, and a lot of the time, because they want to put us in boxes. They want to categorize us by gender and sexual orientation and all this other stuff that is just literally hardware that doesn't mean anything. It's like, okay, that in the long run, that has no bearing on what kind of person I am. So I'm going to go back to the Christ consciousness, and I'm going to go back to the spiritual eyes. And yes, the material part of me, the hardware is very important, and I have a responsibility to take care of it, but it is not what runs me. It's not what runs me. And what I want to do is sift through all of the information, all of the software that I have acquired, all of the add-ons that I have, in-app purchases, as they like to say. I want to sift through that because not all of it is helpful and useful. And maybe it's time that I, delete some software and go back to the factory installed software of the Christ consciousness and go from there. So, yeah. All right. That's kind of can you tell that I am the daughter of an electrical engineer? Like literally, when I was in grade school, my mom ordered her first computer and built it in, I say our basement. It wasn't a basement. I lived in a split level ranch house, and that part of the house. So I was that kid that grew up with a computer in the house. So I use that metaphor a lot. All right. I'm going to go back and look at what Mary had to say and see if I can sort out a mission from this. Well, she does say, the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to declare in faith, I am free with the freedom of Christ. Now, what does that mean? The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to declare that we are free in the freedom of Christ. And then to go out and explore what that means. All right, that's the mission. Go and look with your spiritual eyes rather than your material eyes. Go and delete some of that or a lot of that software that has been installed over the years that doesn't benefit you in any way. And in fact, can to some degree negatively impact your life. Declare your freedom and then delete the software. And go back to the one software that will never lead you astray. Christ consciousness. Password is love. Okay, so that's the mission today. The second part of the mission is the same mission I give you every day, which is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. And I can think of nothing more compassionate for yourself than going in and deleting software that doesn't work for you anymore. We buy software all the time, and its usefulness is like, this long, and then a new version comes out. So either upgrade your software, or sometimes it's just no longer useful anymore. My husband found a box and he said, yeah, it's just a box of old software. Like, there was a wedding planning in there. Do I need that software anymore? No, it's probably on the not floppy disk, the smaller ones that were hard. I don't even have a computer that can access that software anymore. Why am I holding on to it? Love, kindness, and compassion. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes we just need to delete stuff. And that can be the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing that we can do. So, it also looks like taking a deep breath and thinking about the way that we are speaking to ourselves. Okay? One of the things that sent me screaming into therapy one time was I heard myself talk and went, this is not okay. So, take that deep breath before you speak to yourself. Take that deep breath before you speak to another. And then love, kindness, and compassion. Always. It also looks like taking a walk. It looks like taking a nap. It looks like taking a break. Today, because it's the 4th of July, it's America's birthday, where I work is closed. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take a break. Do I have stuff around the house to do? Yes. Am I going to do it? Probably. But I'm also going to rest and spend some time cuddling with my cats. Okay? So that's what love, kindness, and compassion. Practice on yourself. 1, you are your own best test subject. You get immediate feedback. 2, I'm encouraging you to create a habit. I'm encouraging you to create a well-worn path to the source of your own being, which is the infinite source of love, kindness, and compassion. So that no matter what happens to you or around you, that you can respond lovingly, kindly, and compassionately. And then 3, you deserve your own love, you deserve your own kindness, you deserve your own compassion. Practice on yourself. You deserve it. You absolutely teach people how to treat you. If you do not treat yourself with love, kindness, and compassion, how can you expect others to do it? Create that boundary. Treat yourself with love, kindness, and compassion. All right. One of the other suggestions that I make, which I finally figured out was a metaphor, eat dessert first. Okay? When I say eat dessert first, I do literally mean it. Occasionally, you should eat dessert first. Follow it with a healthy dinner or lunch or breakfast or whatever. I mean, why do we only eat dessert after dinner? Why can't we eat dessert after breakfast? You know what? Think about it. But it means don't save the good stuff. Don't save the good stuff. It is extraordinarily important that we live our lives, that we make room in our life for joy. All right. Joy is a quality of God, as is harmony and peace and all of this other stuff that we make room for. No matter what is going on in the world, make room in your life for joy. Okay. Wear the nice clothes. Wear the comfortable clothes. Eat use the good china and the good glassware and the good silverware. Your life is a special occasion. Don't save the good stuff. So, eat dessert first. All right. I'm going to give you the rest of the suggestions. Do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like. It's been really bloody hot, so we pretty much moved exclusively to biking. But hey, you know what? I'm still moving my body. I'm engaging my mind and my body. I encourage you to drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. Your brain works better when it is well hydrated. So please drink plenty of water. Get that early in your day bright light. Part of the point of getting up early and going for that bike ride is that 5 or 10 minutes of sun that I am getting to help reset that hormone so that I'll have more energy during the day and sleep better at night. It is a natural hormone cycle that we all have. It is science. You can look it up. Its circadian rhythm starts with a C. Okay? Science, you can look it up. 5-10 minutes early in your day bright light. And if you don't have any sun, because the sun, you know how I was hoping for the rain showers later today, artificial light will help too. Okay? Just 5-10 minutes, bright light, face and forearms. Okay? It's also how you get your vitamin D, but there we go. And as always, I'm going to give you my Ernest Holmes quote, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. If we are going to declare in faith the freedom of Christ, that is one of the things that we are going to recognize. All right? That heaven is a mindset, a state of mind, a state of consciousness, just as the Christ consciousness is. If you want to get to heaven, activate the Christ consciousness. Love, kindness, compassion, all that. That's how we do it. Oh, when we open the windows of our soul and recognize that it's all God. When we open the windows of our soul and start running that Christ consciousness that we come pre-installed with love, with kindness, with compassion, then heaven ceases to be a place and can become any place we are. Because it's a state of mind, a state of consciousness. It's all God. All right. And as always, you can take him as advice. Look for the good and praise it. Look for the good and praise it. I promise you that there is good in your life. Because you are in your life and you are good. Because you are of God. All right? So start there. Start looking for the little good, because the little goods add up to the big goods. You can look for the big goods. That's fantastic. But it's the little ones that add up to the big ones. There's a Lord of the Rings quote. It's like, it's the small kindnesses that have always saved the world. Which I just paraphrased that quote terribly. I was about to say it was Elminster, and I'm like, that is not Lord of the Rings. Wrong wizard. Wrong wizard.
Surprise!
All right, beloveds. I'm going to jump forward into, I guess I'm at the social media part. I remind you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I do encourage you to go check out the social medias. We try and put good content up there as often as we can. We all work full-time jobs, and social media has gotten to be a bear lately to share stuff across the platforms. But I can promise you the YouTube channels are worth going to check out. There's good stuff there. There's literally hours, hundreds of hours of videos that you can watch. And I highly recommend the Soul Session playlists. So, all right. If you want to know what's going on with the center, email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. The constant contact, the hot links are hot. It will take you right to the information you want or the person that can help you get it. So please take advantage of that content. All right, I'm going to leap forward into encouraging you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, a freedom day, a water your lawn day, a be careful with the fireworks day, a enjoy America's birthday day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. As I've said before and will say again, you are a beloved child of God. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you're a godling. You are growing into who you are, always. In whom God is well pleased and well represented. All right? Okay. I'm going to jump off in here and go and do whatever it is that I'm going to do. And enjoy my day off, and I hope you will too. Take care of yourself. Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. Hopefully my neighbors won't keep me up all night with fireworks. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.